you think it's a lot of people, a lot of fellow soldiers in your type of situation?
Yeah, it's a bunch of us. It's a lot of us that we have certain triggers, like hot weather. I'm gonna tell you about hot weather. Hot weather didn't bother me when I was a kid growing up. But ever since I did my tours in the desert, I can't stand hot weather because it's a trigger. And sometimes I think about the firefights. When we have these firefights, it's hotter. And then I start to sweat. If it's like 90, say 85 to almost 90 degrees, I have an attitude. I don't want to be outside. I don't want to have nothing to do with being outside at any time. Like when we were just in the office back there and Johnny had the AC off, I said, man, it's getting hot in here. So I need to turn it on. Because he thinks I'm going to have a trigger. And when I start getting hot, the war just comes back. And certain triggers that I do have about the war, like Middle Eastern people. I can't be around a bunch of Middle Eastern people. Just like if we came in here, and there was a couple Arab people in here,
Right.
I wouldn't eat them.
Really?
It made me uncomfortable. It made me very uncomfortable because my mindset is thinking that they're going to destroy this restaurant. Thinking that they're going to blow up this restaurant.
You seen that happen?
I've seen a lot of suicide bombers. And Middle Eastern people, especially during freedom when I went to Afghanistan, it just make me uncomfortable. And when I see them, it's just, I can't even go into a 7-Eleven.
Really?
You know who owns those?
Right.
I can't even go into a 7-Eleven. Some of them own the nail shops and wig stores. I can't go in there. I think about my behavior. Like one time I went into, matter of fact, it was a wig store with my wife, and I went in there and there was a Middle Eastern person that owned it. And the guy behind the counter, he says, "Can I help you, sir?" And I just went off on him, just like that. I said, "No, the hell, you can't help me. What you need to do is get the hell out of my country. That's what you need to do." And my wife said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Why are you coming in here? Why are you coming in here? You know you don't belong in here." I'm going off on her and then going off on him. And then my wife said, "You need to go outside. You need to go outside." I said, "You leaving just like I'm leaving." I took my wife out and we left. Ever since that time, my wife said, "You need help." And that's when I was fresh back from the war.
How many tours did you do?
4.
4 tours?
4 tours. I did 2 in Afghanistan and 2 in Iraq. And that's just a place you just don't want to be.
For both places?
Both places. I mean, I'm going to put it this way. All the things that I saw, I saw one of my soldiers died in my arms. My Humvee driver, and he was only 19. He got shot in the neck. He got shot in the neck. He got shot right here. And we were being under attack. We were going through Fallujah in Iraq. And we was getting hit from the top of the building. And the streets in Fallujah, Iraq, they're very narrow. You know, because the buildings are so close together and the streets are very narrow. So as we're going through the village of that street, we're scanning all the buildings on the left and to the right. But we look up, they got sniper fire coming from the roofs. And a lot of my soldiers were getting hit. And my Humvee driver just got hit in the neck and right in by the neck right here and right over here. And I'm yelling at him to get out. Dismount, get out of your Hummer. He slumped over the steering wheel. So I had to go in there and pull him out. He was just bleeding all over. I had blood. That's another thing, I freak out on blood. Blood was all over my hands and all over my uniform. And I'm calling for medevac, calling on the radio for medevac, and It was just too late. The guy in the army, and he was only 19 years old. So I seen a lot of death, and I seen a lot of soldiers get killed. I seen a couple of vehicles blow up from IEDs. And just,
IADs?
Yeah, IEDs. Those are bombs that are planted in the ground. And if you run over them, they'll blow up your vehicle. And I seen vehicles blow up. Just the smell of dead bodies. Just seeing all that. Just like in Desert Storm when I was picking up prisoners that Saddam had put out in the front lines. They had kids. I think the oldest prisoner we picked up was 66 years old. The youngest was 13. Saddam had all those people in the front line, knowing they didn't have a chance. That's all. I mean, these things that I saw, I can't never get them out of my mind. They're gonna always be stuck. Always gonna be stuck. And when I saw all of that, and then all the dead bodies laying around after the 24th Infantry went through and took out all those guys, I was like, I never thought I would ever see something like that. Never thought I would ever see that. And then picking up prisoners that were wounded, and we had one guy, we got out of the bunker. He was like, he was like close to 60 years old guy. Couldn't even stand up and hold his weapon. Throws his weapon out, and he's holding his stomach. Had a big hole like that, and all the guts were coming out. I'm like, for 3 days I couldn't eat because of the smell of dead bodies, burnt bodies. Just couldn't eat, didn't have no appetite. I lost so much weight during Desert Storm, it was unreal. It's unreal. Iraq, 2003. Seen a lot of soldiers get hit.
You wanna go ahead and take a picture?
I saw one soldier got shot right here in the cheek. Just blew half his jaw. So I seen a lot. I seen just a lot. It's just sometimes I freak out about blood. Blood, heat, Middle Eastern people. That's one of my triggers.
How'd you say service for so long?
I didn't want to go back to Chicago. Every time it came time for me to ETS to get out of the Army, I raised my hand for 3 more, 4 more. Kept progressing by getting the rank, going to the schools. I just didn't want to go back to Chicago. So,
Hello, how are you
plus I love the military.
How you doing?
Good.
All right.
Guys ready to order?
Go ahead.
I would like a chicken and cheese omelet.
You guys are doing the same chicken separate?
Yeah, same chicken.
Chicken and cheese omelet. You want just the omelet or with grits or hash browns?
Grits is fine.
Any cheese on those grits?
Nah, no cheese. No cheese. That'll be toast. And I should do that. Yeah. Thank you.
That right there.
Take your bacon cheese sandwich. You want it with the hash browns?
Yeah.
Anything in those hash browns? You want onions on your sandwich?
No.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so I think the best job that I had in the military was when I was a drill sergeant. I like teaching. I guess teaching martial arts, being a drill sergeant, it just made me a better instructor. So that's what that's one of the best jobs I love being in the Army, being a drill sergeant. Being a drill sergeant is like a big babysitting job. But you're training adults, and you get all different types of troops that come in from all different parts of the states, and it was a good experience.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I love
Let me ask you this: do we have a lot of say so in what goes on?
With us being in the military, let me tell you, I see more prejudice in the Army than I did anywhere. It was a whole lot of that.
I'm not surprised to hear that.
Ranger school, ain't that many black Rangers. I mean, when I went to Ranger school, for instance, when I went to Ranger school, it was like 129 candidates that was going through the course, but it was only 4 of us.
4?
That's it.
How many made it?
Just me. 4, just me. And they try to make me quit.
I bet they did. I bet they did.
And I'm gonna tell you how cruel they were. They broke these 2 fingers, and they broke my collarbone.
How they do that?
During the interrogating phase. You go through an interrogating phase where you're training where the enemy is trying to get information from you. Okay, if you go through that interrogating phase and you give out information, then you got to start that phase all over. They do whatever it takes to get the information from you. But I did not know they were going to break my 2 fingers. I didn't know they were going to break my collarbone. When they did that, they thought I was going to quit. They wanted my DOR. My DOR is drop on request. They wanted me to quit. I said, take my fingers up, get me hooked up so I can go back out there and train, because I wasn't going to quit. And I refused to quit. But they tried every which way to make me quit.
So they broke your collarbone. How did they break your collarbone?
They broke my collarbone. They had me hanging upside down. They tied me up, blindfolded me, and they dropped me down. And they cut me down. They dropped me down, and I hit my shoulder. I cracked my collarbone. So they did everything they could to make me quit. Everything. And I really didn't know my collarbone was out of place until I put on my rucksack. And it's really hurting bad. And I had the medic check my shoulder out. He said, you know what? Your collarbone is out of place. I said, no. He said, yeah. I said, that's why I'm so in much pain. He said, you want to go to the hospital? I said, no. I want to finish training so I can graduate. I was in pain, but I made it. 13 hard weeks. To get into Ranger school, you got to qualify to go through RIP. RIP is a course, it's a 10-day course. You got to go through that 10-day course, and then you got to wait till you get selected to be on the list to get into Ranger school. I had to wait so long, it was unreal, all because of the color of my skin. And when I finally got into the course, the cadre saw was 4 blacks. They were upset. They didn't want us there. And day 0, they got to get 10 candidates to quit. Until then, round the clock until somebody quits. Then you can get a little rest. That school was rough. It was rough. I said to myself, when I went to that course, my first sergeant, he was black, and he said, you know, I got to counsel you about going to Ranger school. I said, yes, first sergeant, I know. He goes, tell me why. What is your purpose of why you want to go to that course? I said, because it's going to make me better as a soldier, and it's going to look good in my records as far as promotion. And he says, good answer. He said, but I just want to let you know something. It's not that many of us that's going to wear that tag. It's not that many of us that wear that tag. He said, but you know what? You got my 100% support, because I like to see one of us get through a course like that. And I said, First Sergeant, is it really tough? He said, oh yeah, it's tough. He said, but I believe you're going to make it. He said, the soldier that you are, and you're determined to want to do something like that, you're going to make it. Because I was a fitness nut. And he figured, me being a fitness nut, and I know how to fire my weapon, he figured I was going to run through that. But he said, you got my support. He said, but I'll be praying for you.
Just like that.
Yeah. And you
Was
know
he a
what?
Ranger too?
No. He wanted to be one, but he said, nah, he just didn't want to go through it. But that's something I had to do. I mean, back in the day, it used to say, be all you can be in the Army. I wanted to be everything. I kind of paved the way for Mr. Newsom because I went to Ranger School before he did.
So you trained Johnny?
No, I didn't train him. I went through this course before he did. So when he went through, I kind of paved the way for him, just like other blacks that went through paved the way for me.
I mean, I knew a few. I met a few through the business. Like, I don't know if he mentioned those guys to you, but, you know, the Tony Rodriguez's. Did you know Tony?
I think I met him one time.
Did you know Cranston Butler?
No, I didn't know him.
I knew a guy I used to sell cars with, Joe, from South Carolina. What's Joe's last name?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Short
guy.
Terrible breath. I don't know how his breath got like that, but I'm serious. I think that was a tactic too.
It might be from chewing all that tobacco too.
Oh yeah?
A lot of Rangers chew tobacco.
And that's what makes a breath terrible like that?
Oh yeah. You chew tobacco like that? I never chewed tobacco, but when you chew tobacco like that, yeah.
Now, I told you I met that SEAL that night at the airport. I mean, fresh back from
Was he a black SEAL?
Yes, he was. Intense. Totally intense, man. Totally. He told me some stories. I actually wrote it down in my I had a little diary.
Yeah.
I wrote all that stuff down.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
And whenever you get a chance, just go online. Just to go online and pull up special operations, special ops for Rangers, SEALs, reconnaissance teams, Marines.
Okay.
That's reconnaissance team. Special Forces, Delta Force.
Delta Force series too, right?
Yes. Delta Force is just another level for Special Forces. So just pull up those special ops and you see what we go through. You'd be surprised.
Well, I thought they don't show that type stuff.
Yes, they do. They show you the training.
Do they?
They'll show you the training. They're going to show you the training. Yeah. They're going to show you the course and what you got to go through to qualify from a Ranger or a Navy SEAL. You ever see that movie G.I. Jane?
Yeah. So that was real.
Nah, that's in reality. I don't think I want to go through CRT training.
Of course not.
I don't believe that.
But I'm saying, well, what they were showing, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's how you qualify to become a Ranger. I mean, a SEAL. And the similarity between SEALs and Rangers, we just don't do nothing in the water like they do.
Right.
They're more in the water than we are.
Right.
Now, we do jump in the water with our gear when we're rappelling out of helicopters, but they're by the water more than we are.
Right.
That's the only thing. And the training that they go through is just a slight bit more intense. Just a slight bit. But
Because the guy I met, he was high school. He was on a high school swimming team.
okay.
Yeah, he was on the swim team.
But you got to be a strong swimmer as a Ranger too.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. You got to be a strong swimmer as a Ranger because you're jumping out of helicopters. You're rappelling out of helicopters in the water. If you ain't a strong swimmer, you can't swim and you can't pull your gear, you ain't gonna make it.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm a strong swimmer. So I've been swimming since I was 7, 8 years old.
See, I had to swim in the ocean with the gear on. With the ocean animals, the sharks and stuff like that.
Lakeland, Florida. We did swamp training.
With the alligators.
Yeah. Lakeland, Florida. If you ever pull up a documentary on Rangers, that's our spot where we train for swamp training. Yeah.
See, I can swim the alligators.
Just hope you don't run into one. Let me tell you, we was going through a night training. We was going through night training. And they gave us, it's called a frago. A frago is an op order for a mission.
Okay.
They call it a frago. They said 1,800 hours. I want all section sergeants to come to the op meeting for the frago. I'm like, oh man. I said, we got a night mission tonight. I said, man, we trained all day today and now we're gonna have a night mission. So me, 2 other sergeants, we had to go to the op meeting. So they gave us a frago. I gave it to team leader, one of the team leaders. I said, okay, you go ahead and mount up and get 4 Rangers with you. I'm gonna get 5. So we was a 5-man stack team. Man, we had to go through some swamps. I'm never gonna forget this for the rest of my life. While we walked through the swamps, you just hear things in the water. You just hear things moving, water moccasins. Hoping you don't step on a gator, and it's pitch black. And the only thing you can use is a chem light. A chem light is like a little green light. You can use a chem light, it can be green or red. You couldn't use a bright flashlight, but you have to use a chem light. And that was your only way of seeing things. Something just brushed up against my thigh. It wasn't a gator. It was like a water moccasin, but it just went right past me. I said, man, I hope I don't get bit. I hope I don't get bit. I hope I don't get bit. My mindset was just thinking. Think about the mission. Think about the mission. Baby, let me call you back. Listen. I'll call you right back, okay? You know, we did a interview in the office, okay? I'll tell you about it. Okay? All right. But walking through those swamps, we had one guy. He had a bunch of leeches on him, all on his neck, all up under his uniform. And we had to burn them off. And I said to myself, man, well, I can't wait till I graduate. Can't wait till I graduate. Just looking at all this stuff, just leeches was just all on his skin, just sucking the blood out of his skin. You go through all that. You're gonna run into a lot of wildlife. I killed 4 copperhead snakes.
Is that right?
Yeah, cut their heads off. They issue you a machete. I had to cut their heads off. Snakes, I ran into snakes.
Well, I mean, they won't attack you unless, they feel cornered, right?
Well, you're going to walk up on them, especially in the woods. So you have to watch where you're stepping. Ran into a snake bed.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Copperheads. Mother
They're snapping at you, huh?
Yeah, I almost got bit. And fell on my backpack, and he was just coming. I had to reach into my backpack real quick, cut that head off, and he was still moving. I mean, I've seen a lot of things went through. When I went to Ranger School, I thought here I am from the city of Chicago,
Right.
and I'm coming into this country life.
Right.
Saw a lot of things I never thought I would see. Like now, snakes.
That's nothing to you, huh?
Oh, that's a garden snake.
Right.
No, don't worry about that. He ain't gonna do nothing to you. People freak out on little snakes, but snakes do nothing to me. I didn't kill so many of them. But ranger training is no joke. It's no joke. You see anybody with a ranger tab?
I'm serious, yeah. Ramsey, that's his name, Joe Ramsey. Joe Ramsey.
I heard of Joe Ramsey.
Joe was like, I think he's 45 now, but you can tell he's still
Yeah.
a little short dude, but he's still in shape.
Yeah.
You can tell. Yeah.
Yep. Johnny Newsom's job was shoot and communicate. His job, I think he was an infantryman, but he wasn't a sniper like I was always assigned to different units to protect those units. He wasn't a sniper like I was. He was with an infantry team that was taking out the enemies quick. He was with a team. It was like me and 3 other snipers. We always had assignments to be posted in certain spots in Iraq and Afghanistan. It was a good job, but when it came time to take out the enemy, it was like I'm saying, oh man, I gotta take this guy out. The head or the neck. This is our target here. From here to here, that was our target. Take him out. And when I was taking him out, it was just like, you know how you just kill a fly?
How many kills you got?
I got 17 confirmed.
17?
17 confirmed.
Right. I think it's
For
fine,
this,
darling.
I'm sorry.
That's cool. That's cool.
And you need any mayo?
No.
Can I get some toast in this too?
Yes. Just brought that. Got to put that on the plate.
It's cool. Yeah, do you think?
Yeah, I got 17 confirmed. 17 confirmed kills.
That's another thing that guy told me. It was like, you know, if you meet a guy in special forces, ask them how many kills they got, because if they don't know, you don't want to be around them. Because it means they got no soul. You know?
Those guys ain't normal.
Thank you,
You
man.
need butter, extra jam?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 17. 17 confirmed.
Was he right when he said that, though?
That's true. It's very much true.
Because, you know what? Have you seen that movie American Sniper?
Yeah, that's how my job was.
But I know, you know, some of that movie was BS. A lot of the movie was
That's a
BS.
true story, though.
But I'm saying the way they portrayed it, you
Yeah.
know, made him look like, I guess he can do no wrong.
Oh, no. Well, they kind of went overboard a little
I
bit.
know they did, because I'm going to tell you why. Because in the movie, you know, he asked, I think somebody asked him how many kills he had. He was like, I don't know. You know?
You would
So
know.
that right there was like, okay.
Yeah, you would know. You would know. Somebody asked you that, you would know. Yeah, I got 17 confirmed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like that assignment.
Really?
No, I didn't.
Like, didn't like it, huh?
Not really. When I shot that 14-year-old girl, it took me a while to recover for that.
How long?
About 2.5 months.
Really?
I just wanted, we call it we don't call it a post, we call it a fob. Anybody that's been stationed in Iraq or Afghanistan, you don't call a post, you call it a fob. I stayed on the fob for 2.5 months. I didn't want to go out there for a while. After I shot that 14-year-old girl, that just kind of done something to me.
Should do something, right? You know something. You came back to this country. You see what's going on right now with these police shootings. Yeah, you had one down here because one of my frat brothers was pretty much executed.
Yeah.
What do you think about these guys, man? That, you know.
These police, let me tell you something about these cops. They're very trigger happy when it comes to this car.
Right.
Very.
Right. Do you think they feel the same remorse when they take one else out?
They're just saying one black man out of this world. Just like that. I got pulled over one day in my truck and by a white cop. Said, "Is there a problem, officer?" He looked at me, then he went back. Now, he wasn't really paying attention to my truck. So he went back to look at my truck. I got Ranger on my truck. Look, I got my rank and everything. He said, "Oh, no, there's no problem." He said, sorry to stop you there, Sergeant." I said, "Okay. Sure everything's okay?" He goes, yeah. And thank you for serving. What did he stop you for?
Right.
I was wondering why he stopped me.
Right.
I was wondering why this black man got this big pretty truck.
Right.
But when he saw all my stuff on the back of my truck, he wasn't really paying no attention. He
I was about to say, shouldn't he seen that when he first stopped?
Yeah, but it's like he didn't really pay no attention. He just wanted to
Saw
know,
the truck.
saw that nice truck. Then he just stepped back and looked. Oh. He didn't say nothing else to me. He let me go. And ever since then, I never got stopped by anybody.
Really?
Yeah. I don't ever get stopped in that truck, man. But you see my 300, it probably stopped me. I got a 2016 Chrysler 300. But I got a veteran plate. It says Iraqi veteran on the plate. Sometimes when they see those kind of plates, they won't bother you. That's it. But if I didn't have the plate on there, or if I didn't have my stickers and stuff on the truck, they would have stopped me. I know they would. But
So they treat you like a hero.
they do.
That's good.
Especially here.
That's good.
They do. Sometimes they wave at me or they beat their horn
Is
at
that
me.
right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Sometimes they do that.
That's good. That's good.
One guy, one white guy said, "What Ranger battalion were you in?" I said I was in 2nd Ranger Bat. He said, "Let me shake your hand, sir." He said, "You guys are awesome." I said, "Thank you." I said, "Appreciate your service." And he get his wife out the car to shake my hand. Yeah. I was shocked at that. She said, "Oh, thank you for your service." I said, "You're welcome." She didn't want to shake my hand. She hugged me.
That's progress, huh?
That made me feel good. And that was last year. That was last year during the house. It was around December of last year. I was shocked at that.
That's progress.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah. I told Johnny, I said, "Look," I said, "I know sometimes when you're talking to certain people, you can't talk to them like they're troops. So sometimes I have to bring them down to reality." I said, "These are civilians, bro." He goes, you go like this.
It's volunteer army, yeah.
Yeah. I said, "They're civilians, they're not soldiers." And he goes, "You're right, you're right." I said, "You gotta tone it down."
Well, I mean, that's all y'all know, though.
I know. There's a right way and there's a wrong way.
Uh-huh.
So I tell them to tone it down sometimes.
Did you know Henry Skaggs?
Yeah.
Bill Henry. When's the last time you spoke to him?
It's been a minute.
You know, he used to run this town in terms of,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been a minute. We got a karate man over here. His name is Garner.
Uh-huh.
He's the karate man of Columbus. And he's a retired first sergeant. But he was the #1 karate man in the whole state of Georgia. He wanted me to work with him and run his school with him. But I said, "No, I ain't got time to do that." I said, I'm trying to learn this business right here. And he was gonna take all my time to do that, and I didn't want to do that. I mean, the money wouldn't have been as good as what I'm doing now. So I had to choose FES over that. I mean, I love the martial art world, but it wasn't gonna pay me more than what FES is giving. That's why I didn't want to partake in that. And he's still doing it. He's 60. He's 62 years old.
All right.
And still good.
Really?
Still good.
It's your brother?
Yeah. We call him Professor Gardner. He's real short, but he's fast. And can jump high. Real high. Yeah. For 62 years old, he still got it.
But he takes care of himself. What, a vegan?
He been doing martial arts about the same amount of time I've been doing it. I've been doing it, what, 37 years now? I think he's about either 37 or 38 years. Still good. Still doing good. But that offer was good, but I'd rather do that.
You just full time?
He's trying to run a school in. I think he's going to have a school in Atlanta now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You ever trace back your Jamaican roots?
I listen to a lot of reggae music. Of course, you know number one, Bob Marley.
Yeah. Birthday was recent.
Yeah.
Recent.
I listen to a lot of reggae. But matter of fact, I'm going to Kingston in August, me and my mother. We're going up to Kingston in August.
How old's your mother?
My mother is 78.
The mothers, Jamaican mothers, live a long time, man.
They sure do.
See, my grandmother, she passed away. One of them passed away at 92. The other one at 86. Well, 93. The other one at 86. So my dad's mother was 86.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they live a long time.
Yeah, they live a long, that's a long time. My great-grandmother, she was 90, either 92 or 91.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They used to always talk about work, jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
My grandmother used to say, she said, if you don't have a job, you're a lazy goat.
We have 2 or 3.
Yeah. No, you couldn't have just one.
Yeah. My dad is, he's a pastor. He's about to retire this year.
Oh, yeah.
Retire.
Yeah, but I listen to a lot of reggae music. A lot. Shaggy, Shabba Ranks, Patra. Matter of fact, I got them right here.
Oh, yeah?
I got them all in here. My phone.
You them the smartphones, huh? They,
Oh, look, I got 400 and some tracks
all right.
of old school music. Yeah.
I'm trying to trace back, the roots before the religion stuff started getting, get in the way. Yeah, I'm tracing back my roots before then. So I'm trying to figure out.
And you were born there.
Yeah, I was born, but I came to the States when I was like 8 months old.
Oh, see, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Americanized in a lot of ways.
Born there. Okay. You came to the States when you was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All you know is the United States.
I still got the values. Still got the values in me.
Okay. Have you been to Kingston in a while?
It's been right before I entered the business, man. 2002 was the last time I've been there.
Nah, I've been to Kingston. About four times.
Oh, yeah?
2 times when I was in the Army. 2 times after I retired. It's hot over there too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But you know, the island is another place to invest in land. My cousin was telling me last time he was over here, you know, I need to invest in land. You can't lose.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't lose.
Third world countries, you can't lose, man. You invest in land over there, you're gonna make some money. You're gonna make a lot of money. Yeah.
You be saying it's other soldiers that in your condition?
Yeah. When I go to therapy, we have soldiers that's in worse condition than me.
Oh yeah?
Way worse. They look forward to coming to therapy every Tuesday. I go to therapy right here on 13th Street at the VA every Tuesday. It's group therapy. And we talk about everything that's going on. Like last year when they had all that terrorism going on with people getting shot up, we was very upset. I mean, a lot of us said, all this is going on and we can't do nothing about it. We're civilians now, we're not soldiers. There's nothing you can do about that. And we talk about President Trump getting ready to start another war.
That was gonna happen.
Yeah, he's gonna start another one.
That was gonna happen.
But we talk about all our triggers. We talk about how to deal with society. We don't like to be in crowds. A bunch of people, you know. Like, here's my thing. I don't like to go to Walmart when it's crowded. I can't be around a crowded place. And then I gotta know the exits. I can't have my back turned on the door.
Right.
See, now when we came in here, I couldn't sit over there. I gotta see that door over there.
That's why I chose over there, because I figured that, you know.
Yeah, I gotta see that
You
door.
got windows, but
yeah,
you know,
I
it's
see
the best place.
I can see from here to here, but I gotta see what comes through that door.
Right.
But that's just our mindset. That's just how we are. You know. And then being around a crowd, we can't be around crowds, because if we be around crowds, it's just the way our mindset is, the way we are from what we've been through. We call it in the sandbox. While we're in the sandbox, anything can pop off at any time. Sometimes we gotta say, wait, let me come back to reality. I'm back in the U.S. I'm not in the sandbox anymore. But that's just how we are. That's how we're programmed to feel that way. And then, say we came in here in Middle East, people came in here, I told you, we gotta go. We can't stay in here. My therapist said, listen, you gotta stop global labeling people. He said, not all Arab people are bad. You gotta release that in your mindset that they're not all bad. You in the United States, you're not in Iraq, you're not in Afghanistan. You gotta try to release that. I said, I'm trying, but it ain't.
Let me ask you this: did you agree with what Trump was running on his platform as far as
as far as not letting people come into?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. Be honest with you. I'm with that.
Yeah.
Keep them out of here. If you keep them out of here, it'll be less terrorism. See? And Muslim people. We have a lot of blacks that are Muslim. I'm a little skeptical about it, about them being Muslim. Then sometimes I say, are they going to be traitors? Are they going to honor Allah like they do in Iraq and Afghanistan? I don't know. Sometimes I think about that. You know, Baki, he's one of our sales directors. Now he was in the Navy, Then he said, man, I didn't know you was a Ranger. I said, yeah, I was a Ranger. He said, man, let me shake your hand. He said, you know, I was in the Navy. And I said, yeah. I said, you're a Muslim, right? He said, yeah, you're not going to hold that against me, right? I said, you know what? I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. From Afghanistan Muslims, Iraqi Muslims, stateside Muslims. And I say stateside Muslims, I got to look at them as being the friendly. The ones overseas is the enemy. That's the way I'm going to look at it. So, but I'm living pretty good. I'm better than what I used to be because I was a big time trainer.
Oh, yeah?
Oh man, when I came back from the war, man, I didn't want to be around nobody. I stayed so isolated, it was unreal. Only time I come outside is just to check the weather. That was it. Stayed in my room, stayed in the house. Didn't want to talk to nobody, didn't want to see nobody. Just completely stayed isolated from everybody. When my mother and my sister told me that I needed some help, they took me to the VA, got me registered with therapists and with psychiatrists. I didn't want to accept that I had PTSD. I ain't got no PTSD. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're always getting upset over little things. You're always moody. You don't want to be around people. You hate to be around crowds. You're very uptight where you sit. I go to church, I sit way in the back where the door is.
Right.
If that ain't PTSD, what is it? So I said, I came to realization, I said, yeah, I do need some help. I do. I really do. Because I remember the time I went off, I was in Pizza Hut. This was in Chicago. I was in Pizza Hut with my sister, my mother, my cousin. As a matter of fact, that's when I started to show some progress in getting out. Just getting out of the house. And my mother said, you know you love pizza. Let's go get some pizza. You want to go get some pizza? I said, yeah, Mom, let's go get some pizza. She said, your sister and your cousin's going too. I said, oh, yeah, let's go. Let's all go. So we went to Pizza Hut. We come inside. We got a nice table. And my mother, my sister, my cousin, they were sitting there. And I said, Mom, I'm going to go wash my hands, okay? I'm just going to go in the bathroom and go wash my hands. So I go in the bathroom, go wash my hands. And I'm saying, man, I can't believe I'm out. It feels good, you know. I'm really going to enjoy myself. I'm with my family. I'm just going to really enjoy myself. It's just going to be a nice day. So I come outside. I come out of the bathroom. I asked my mother, I said, did you order anything yet? She goes, no, we was waiting on you. I said, okay. I said, let me go up here and get me a menu. So I went up there to get me a menu because they were looking at menus. So I go up there and get a menu. Here come this Arab family coming in. This guy had a turban on his head. He had 2 kids. No, it was two men, 2 kids, and 3 ladies. They come in and I'm looking at them, and then they come sit right over there by the table where we're at. They put them over there. I said, no. I'm gonna be all right. So I go over there and I'm sitting at the table and I keep looking at them, just looking. And my mother said, son, what's wrong? Nothing. And I'm just, patting my feet on the ground. And she said, son, what is wrong? Mom, I'm good. I'm just looking at my menu. So I put my menu up and I kept going like this. And the guy said, you have a problem? Why he say that? When he said that, I smashed my menu on the table. I got up. And my mother said, where you going? I grabbed that man. I said, I ain't got a problem. This is my country, asshole. This is my country. And I'm saying, he said, oh, let me go. My mother and my sister, they came and grabbed me. The manager in Pizza Hut came out and said, what's going on? My mother said, everything's all right, everything's all right. My son just a little upset. He was just a little upset. I said, Mom, let's go before I kill this guy right here. Before I kill him, I ain't got my weapon on me. My mother said, oh, no, we gotta go. And as we was leaving Pizza Hut, the lady said, listen, I know he's a veteran. Just take him home. And she was nice. She could have called the cops. She said, I know he's a veteran. Just take him home. And I got in my car. I sat in my car. And I started crying.
Right.
My mother said, you need help, son. I said, Mom, I can't trust them people. Did you see that guy? Didn't he look like he ready to blow up the place? She goes, no, son. No, not all Arab people are like that, son. I said, Mom, you don't know. He's one of them. He's just one of them. You see the turban on his head? She goes, no, son. He wasn't going to harm nobody. I said, yes, he was. I'm protecting my family. And she said, okay, we're going to go home. We went home, man. I stayed in my room.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Can I have a little to-go box?
Small?
Yeah, a little small one.
You need a receipt?
Yes, please.
So that's when I discovered I really needed help back. And ever since then, I went through therapy. That was back in 2008. That was in 2008. Ever since then, when I went through therapy, I have improved a whole lot in society. Much better. But they still make me uncomfortable, but my behavior has changed a whole lot from what I was before. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sign that for me, please.
That's for you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Newsom says, you go to therapy? I said, yeah, I have to. I got to go to therapy. I can't. I can't be missing out on therapy. No. I can't miss out on therapy. Matter of fact, that's my comfort zone.
Right. So you knew all those guys, huh?
Practically, yeah. Practically, I knew all of them.
Yeah, like I said, as far as Henry, I mean, he pretty much had this territory on lock now.
And guys like us, we have to stay proactive. Because if we sit around, we'll go back to Iraq or Afghanistan.
I have a brother, actually.
And we have to
Somebody in the mind.
Yeah. We have to stay proactive. If we don't, we'll go right back. And we just don't like. I don't like going back there. Just don't. Sometimes you hear people telling you, you'll hear your colonel, you hear your sergeant major talking to you, and you don't want to go back there. I know I don't. I don't like going back there. That's why I look forward to Tuesday at 2:30. When I go to that group session, it gives me a tune-up for the week, so I can get through the week. One thing I can't stand is incompetence. I don't like people that's unorganized. I think the military got me designed that way. I don't like when people are unorganized, and I don't like when things are not run right. I think being a drill sergeant has programmed me to be that way.
I bet it has.
Yeah, I mean, this is my wife don't. This is what my wife don't like. She don't like that I roll up my clothes. She wants me to fold them the way she did. And I still got that mindset of the military. I roll up everything, put it in a drawer, nice and neat. Like when we buy groceries. I know it sounds silly, but it's like when she's putting things in the cabinet.
So you got to rearrange it, huh?
If it's not evenly, she said, there you go, Mr. Drill Sergeant. I said,
So she's not sensitive to none of that stuff?
She's not supportive. She's not a supportive wife. That's why my family don't really like her that much.
How long y'all been together?
11 years.
Oh, so you met her when you got out? The service.
We got together. I knew her since 2000. I knew her since 1996.
Okay.
We got married in 2001.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Now, before we got married,
Mm-hmm.
she was good to go. After that, she just ain't supportive.
Because she wanted the benefits.
What woman don't? That's not supportive. It's not supportive. Just like now. Okay, she's a senior field trainer in the company. Now, I brought her into the business. She's a senior field trainer. I'm a sales director. I'd be glad when you make vice president. You know why? Because my pay is going to be 10 times better than being a sales director. Because the vice president makes $5,000 a week. Start. A sales director makes between $1,200 to $1,500 a week. Vice president makes better money. I'll be glad when you get your Audi. I'll be glad when you do this. It's always the benefits of what I can achieve. Instead of saying, why don't she say, I'll be glad when I can make vice president? But she's waiting for me to make vice president.
Like I said, I'm surprised you didn't marry from somebody overseas. Man.
I know. I could have, but I didn't. But my mother and my sister, they kind of taught me a lot about women, period, how women really are. They taught me a lot about how women are. And my mother says, you just married a woman that just refused to be what a wife's supposed to be. I do all the cooking myself.
You don't trust her to cook?
She don't want to cook.
She don't want to cook.
No, she don't cook. She just stopped cooking. She used to cook for me. She just don't cook anymore.
Why?
She just don't want to cook. So I got so used to her not cooking, I cook for my own self.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you bring in the money, and then you got to cook?
I cook for myself. If she wants to eat what I cook, then that's fine. But I just cook for myself. So that's why I say to myself, I don't need a wife because I clean my own clothes. I cook, I sew, I clean, I do all that myself.
So why y'all married?
Good question. That's a real good question. My sister said, when you gonna let that woman go? My sister always say that. She said, you doing so good in that business, you don't need her.
But she can't take your benefits if y'all was good.
No, I'm not worried about that. She ain't gonna take my benefits. I'm not worried about that. But it's like my wife, let me tell you, my wife, she just wants to hang on to me because of me having these benefits. It's all about my benefits, really, if you think about it. I'm retired. I'm a successful businessman right now. I'm climbing that corporate ladder. I'm trying to get to where I need to be as a vice president. And her mindset is like, oh, I can't wait till he make vice president. I can't wait till he get to that level. Instead of her saying, I want to achieve what my husband's got, and I want to achieve maybe get past him. No, that's just how she is. And my uncle told me about women like that.
No, we're good.
We're good. My uncle said, don't go down. He said, when you go down in Georgia, you kept married in peaches. I didn't listen. I married peaches. I married a woman from Florida. Not all Southern women are that bad. I wouldn't say that. But
But it's an epidemic going around, man, with Black American women, man. Seriously.
they're all about
That's
the
a
money.
hot topic, man.
Yeah, money.
It's more than that, man. Everything you're talking about, I mean, that goes, for what I've been hearing, to hear that happen to you, in regards to what you went through, to me, that's devilish, no offense against your wife, but that's devilish type behavior, man.
It is, to me.
Yeah.
To me it is. Yeah. And they said, you know what they say? Money is the root of all evil.
Because the thing, black women ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's the thing about my wife is, okay, she was working at Walmart. Okay, she's been working at Walmart. She's been working at Walmart for, I'd say, about a good 13 years. Mm-hmm. She worked in Walmart when we was in Chicago. She worked here when we was here at one time. Now, she complained about her back, her legs. She said her ankles hurt and all that kind of stuff, right? All her job was just to stock stuff. Putting stuff on the shelves. Stock, she's like a stocker. She's putting stuff on the shelf. And I said, you having a problem doing that? She goes, oh yeah, they want me to do this and do that, do this. My mother and my sister said, you know what the problem is? She wants to be retired like you. And she hates that you are retired. And that's been going on since the day you retired. She's been finding some kind of way to want to just be retired like you. And my mother said, no. When I was listening to my mother, I said, is that what it is? She said, that's exactly what it is. She wants to be retired like you and keep up with you. That's it. She finally quit her job. Put in her 2-week notice because she got into FES. Now, when I told Mr. Newsom, I said, you know, my wife quit her job. He said, no. I said, yeah, why did she do that? I said, because she want to be at home, be retired like me. He said, man, she shouldn't have did that. And I said, I know, she shouldn't have did that.
Why did he say that, though?
Because she's just a senior field trainer. He said she could have waited till she made it sales director where she needed to be. He said, well, guess what? It's all on you now. You're going to help. She's going to be struggling with some of her bills or whatever. Like, you're going to have to help her. I told her, I said, look, you made that decision to leave your job. I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to be doing. I'm not going to help you with your car note. I'm not going to help you with your insurance. Oh, I got it covered. I got it covered. I said, I hope you do. Because you shouldn't have left your job. I said, you should have waited till you became at least a sales director to compensate for what you was making at your job.
Right.
She didn't want to do that. So she left her job. Matter of fact, today was her last, because she was working from 10 to 7 in the morning. And when she got off this morning, guess what? I left my job. So you shouldn't have did that. She's going to be struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I better hope she put some more protection plans in, because I'm not, look, I already paid majority of the bills right now. You know, the mortgage and all that stuff. I'm not going to be paying for your bills. No. Other than that, I'm doing good.
That's cool. You watch those comic book movies?
Some of them.
Oh, yeah?
Some of them.
You relate to some of that stuff? I mean, y'all see like super soldiers and
Yeah, they okay.
Really?
Yeah, they're okay.
Seen some of that stuff, man.
Some of them. I haven't seen them in a while. Some of them. I try to. When I watch on TV, I try to look at a lot of positive things on TV. And then, like with this new president we got, he just, I don't know. I think he bought his way in there. I believe he did. I believe he bought his way in there because he shouldn't be in office.
None of the presidents that have served in the military. Yeah, none of them. I think it was a few. 1 or 2 they might have, but the rest of them ain't serving in the military. Man.
You know what? You're right. A lot of them haven't served in the military. Yeah, you're right.
So that's why they go into all these wars, man. I'm thinking. Because none of their families, they gotta worry about none of their families coming back, with a body bag.
No. But But I know one thing. It's gonna be another war, and it better not be against Korea. That's a bloodbath. You don't want no war with Korea.
Because Russia gonna get involved.
You talking about Russia?
Yeah, they're gonna get involved.
Yeah.
It'll be a World War III. No doubt about it.
I won't be part of it though. I'm retired. You got nothing to do with that. No more wars for me. You know, when I first retired, they said at the age of 55, you can be recalled back in, depending on what their shortage is. Now, me being in special operations, they would have called me back in to be an instructor, to teach. I don't think they would call me to go to the war. They're saying go to the war. They probably would call me to probably put my drill sergeant hat on again, or teach some of the Rangers or whatever. But just to go back to the war, no, I don't think it's too sense. And then they got to look at our mindset with the PTSD. It depends on what our condition really is. If our PTSD level is really high, they won't call you back in. So we got some guys in our group session, man. I mean, they're all jacked up. I thought I was messed up. You guys got guys way worse off than me. Way worse. And I used to have a lot of road rage in me, but I've gotten better because driving here in Georgia, let me say this. You have to be aggressive because if you're not, they're going to run you off the road.
Yeah.
And
Is it like that down here in Columbus?
oh, man. These people drive like maniacs here.
The shoe. I mean, you know, in Atlanta, it's
I know about
that
Atlanta.
times 10. That's
Atlanta's
the case.
another level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, those folks are crazy, bro.
It's just the way they drive. I mean, what is the purpose of tailgating somebody, trying to run them off the road?
I think what it is, people in a hurry, man. They're just in a hurry to get wherever, you know, get wherever they want to get to. But
It's just ridiculous. I mean, since I've been here in Columbus, since I've been back here in Columbus, I've witnessed 8 accidents, and all of them were rear-ending collisions. I've seen people run into the back of somebody.
right. The accident I saw on the way down here, I didn't see, you know, because what they did, they actually stopped the highway, made them, you know, people going this way turn around. They had to go to the exit I passed. But what I did see, I saw it was a car turned over in the woods.
Oh.
Yeah. Turned
Now,
over
how
in the
that
woods,
happened?
man.
And then when it's raining, they're dumber. Wow. It's gotten to a point now. I used to love driving. I don't like to drive no more. I used to love to just drive anywhere. Now, I don't like to drive anymore like I used to back in the day. I think in my younger days I didn't mind driving, but as I got older, I didn't set my ways about driving. Now, I don't drive like a slow poke. I'm not driving real slow. I drive the speed limit, but I just can't stand when people are trying to run me off the road. I can't stand that. And then sometimes when I'm driving, I already see him in the mirror. I say, oh, this looks like a fool right here. Let me just go and switch lanes and let him go. Let him or her go. Like the other day, I stopped at the stoplight, and this lady, I guess she was texting. She looked up and she slammed on her brakes and she screeched her tires. And I said, you can hit this truck if you want to. You can hit the truck if you want to. And she did like this, oh, I'm sorry. I said, get off the damn phone. You're trying to slide into it. But I think it's the worst thing they invented. Yeah, it is, because people texting and driving. I don't know how they do that.
Can't put it down.
Yeah.
Can't put it down.
Texting and driving.
Can't put it down. Yeah, well, it's been real.
This has, and I thank you for the meal.